Imagine it's a random Wednesday evening in 2026. You're washing dishes, half listening to a podcast about markets, layoffs, interest rates, AI disruption. Your phone buzzes with a news alert about another company restructuring. You glance at it, shrug, and go back to your routine. Nothing in your personal life has collapsed. Your bills are paid, your job still exists, your rent or mortgage is current. On paper, you are stable. And yet, beneath the surface, there's a quiet hum of uncertainty that never fully turns off. It's subtle, but constant, like background static you've learned to live with. That's the strange reality of modern stability. It doesn't feel stable anymore. There was a time when stability had a clear shape, one job for decades, predictable raises, affordable housing relative to income, a linear path. Education, career, house, retirement. The world felt slower. Change happened, but it didn't feel exponential. Today, everything feels conditional. Companies pivot overnight. Industries get automated. Entire career paths evaporate or transform in a few years. Stability used to mean permanence. Now it means adaptability. And adaptability doesn't feel calm. It feels alert. Psychologically, humans are wired for patterns. We feel safe when tomorrow looks like yesterday. But in 2026, tomorrow rarely resembles yesterday for long. Technology evolves quickly. Global events ripple instantly across markets. Social norms shift rapidly. The speed itself erodes the sensation of solidity. Even if your personal finances are strong, the environment feels volatile. And environment shapes emotion more than spreadsheets do. Zoom out to the financial layer and the tension deepens. Asset prices swing visibly. Housing affordability changes with interest rates. Retirement accounts fluctuate with headlines. Inflation redefines what a comfortable income means. You might earn more than you did 5 years ago, yet feel no richer because costs adjusted upward. The goalposts move quietly. Stability becomes a moving target rather than a fixed destination. There's also the burden of awareness. Previous generations didn't receive real-time notifications about every economic tremor. Today, volatility is delivered directly to your pocket. Every market dip, every geopolitical conflict, every policy debate. Even if the impact on your daily life is minimal, the constant exposure trains your nervous system to anticipate disruption. You don't just experience instability, you're reminded of its possibility constantly. Then there's the structural shift in how money flows. Many people live with high fixed expenses relative to income. Mortgages, rents, subscriptions, insurance, loans. When a large percentage of your cash flow is pre-committed, any uncertainty feels amplified. The math may work today, but it depends on continuity. Continuity feels less guaranteed in a rapidly changing economy, so even success feels conditional. You're stable as long as nothing shifts too dramatically, and something always shifts eventually. But here's the deeper layer most people don't articulate. Stability used to be external. It was tied to institutions, employers, pensions, long-term community roots. Now stability is internal. It depends on your skills, your adaptability, your network, your financial literacy. That shift is empowering, but it's also exhausting. You are responsible for maintaining your own relevance, your own retirement, your own safety net. Freedom increased, so did pressure. The feeling of never being fully stable isn't necessarily a sign of decline. It may be the emotional cost of living in a dynamic system. When economies innovate rapidly, they create opportunity and volatility simultaneously. You can build wealth faster than ever before. You can also lose relevance faster than ever before. That duality creates cognitive tension. Even during growth, you remain alert. Philosophically, this might be the new baseline. True permanence may have always been an illusion. Markets have always cycled. Industries have always evolved. The difference now is speed and visibility. We see the shifts instantly. We measure them constantly. We compare ourselves globally. Stability isn't gone, it's just less romanticized. It's no longer a place you arrive at and relax. It's a posture you maintain. And here's the powerful perspective shift. Maybe the goal was never to feel permanently stable. Maybe the goal is to become resilient enough that instability doesn't paralyze you. Resilience feels different from stability. Stability is stillness. Resilience is flexibility. One breaks under pressure, the other bends. In 2026, bending may be more valuable than standing rigid. Financially, this means designing your life around margin and adaptability rather than chasing a frozen image of security. Lower fixed costs, diverse income streams, transferable skills. Liquidity, not because collapse is inevitable, but because change is constant. When you expect change, it stops feeling like betrayal. It becomes part of the rhythm. You may never feel stable again in the old sense, where the future looked predictable and guaranteed, but that doesn't mean you're doomed to anxiety. It means the definition shifted. Stability is no longer about locking everything down. It's about building capacity to adjust without breaking. Once you understand that, the background static softens, not because the world slowed down, but because you stopped demanding permanence from a system built on motion.